our junior program's been growing since we opened our learning center in 2009. Our junior league started at this, I think it was the spring meeting of 2014, and we got a presentation all like this. And I'm sitting there with Tommy, and Tommy goes, "Why aren't you doing this?" So that kind of started me, got me kind of pushing me to start it. And so my hope when our first year was that I saw that, you got to have 40 kids to get your own league. So my plan was I'm going to get 40 kids, we'll have our own league, and we'll just kind of see what happens the first year. I charged $150, kept it very low fee. I got 93 signed up. So went from hoping to get 40 and got 93. Was able to create a league of 10 and unders and a team of 11 to 13s. It was the most work I've put into a summer by far. Granted, it was the first time we had to figure out how to accommodate 90 kids on a weekly basis for 6 matches. So we started, the first time we tried to do 2 separate tees and the younger group went off 1 and the older group went off 4. So they would start on their match, and then after the first week it was too much, so we started shotgunning. So that became our format now is we have 16 matches every week, 1 night a week. So that means we have 32 carts, which means I need 32 parents, because in order to shotgun, summertime, thunder showers, the majority of the work is emailing back and forth with the parents to get commitments from them to make sure that I have two adults to drive a golf cart for the league. So anyway, going from year 1 to year 2, I raised the fee a little bit, went to $240, thinking, well, hopefully I'll still get 40. I got 91. So I got just as many. Actually, the year I got 93, I got 93 signed up, really 89 participated. Last year I got 91 signed up and 91 participated. So we do shotguns at 4:30 on Wednesdays. We also, to kind of piggyback behind it, we have cookouts at the pool on Wednesday night, which draws at least 60% of them to stay around. And then to piggyback even behind that, we have Thursday morning junior tournaments that are stroke play events that are a season-long points list that a kid gets crowned kind of the summer champion. So we got a lot going on Wednesday afternoon until Thursday at lunch. So what is really my job as a teaching professional, one, is to grow the game and to teach kids, but more than anything for my facility is to create traffic. This has created a tremendous amount of traffic, so much so that to my surprise, which was unprecedented, I think in our club, and Tommy may be able to back me up on this, was that we got a bonus from the Board of Governors for all the traffic that I created and all the revenue that was generated for the food and beverage and just all the increase in revenue on Wednesday nights and Thursday afternoons. So the Junior League, the growth in the Thursday morning tournaments from the Junior League is doubled or tripled since the start of the Junior League. Our programs have grown a good bit since then, but the challenge of getting the parents is, at our facility, may be a little different than others. We had some problems in the beginning where some of the parents thought it was more of a party to be out there on the golf course, and so we had to tone that down, and so that kind of drew some of the parents away from it. But as we tried to make it more of a golf tournament, and so that the picture that we wanted to portray to the kids was not that it was a party, that it needed to be a more serious event. But being in a private facility and having, like Daryl said, the captive audience, I know all the kids. I can make the teams as fair as I can make them as far as the 8 different teams. And on top of that, I can keep the matches fairly even. And then I can keep the matches fresh so everybody's not playing with the same player all the time. That being said, it's a lot of work for me to keep track of all that. But I went from doing it mostly myself the first year to this year. I delegated it out and gave 2 of the assistants 2 teams each for the younger league, and then Tommy and I split the older league, so that I was still kind of managing eight teams, but I didn't really do anything in the younger groups during matches. I just kind of followed the older groups, which was a lot less work for me. But with the extra revenue that I created through the entry or through the fees, which I to kind of at a private facility again, I broke it down. Instead of being a $240 one-time fee, I did it $80 in May, June, and July. So that being a W-2 employee for tax reasons, I didn't want it all at one time. Plus, I was going to be paying people May, June, and July. So I took it 3 months, separated out, and was able to pay my assistants and pay Tommy to help me with the league. The benefit for the younger kids, seeing kids come back to golf that were away from golf, that I've watched grow up, you know, maybe from 9 to 11 or 9 to 11-year-olds, and saw some 12s come back and have a great time playing the game, where they really didn't seem like they were having that much fun before. You know, that is a joy to see. The other part is being able to have some kids that I teach and I see a lot, to be able to say, hey, look, today it's not about you. You're going to go out and support your partner, try to help them learn a little bit. It's not about winning today. It's more about just being a good teammate, being a good coach, and not, you know, grinding it out about a score. There's times for us to do that, and I also give them matches that way. So, you know, I don't always put the best player with the weaker players. There's times where I've got the right kids there for the week. I'll set up my 2 studs against the 2 studs from the other team and give them a chance to go grind it out. There's other weeks that I don't do that. So, you know, I had one match this year where I had one team shot 29, the other team shot 30, you know, on par 36. So, I mean, there was some pretty studly play on their home course. But, you know, the big thing that for us was that, well, then I guess the younger group, being again, we had our own league, we do 6-hole matches for the younger group. They do 3 2-hole matches. We have autonomy to do whatever we want. It's our own league. So the older kids play 9, the younger kids play 6, and they play from our family tees. Way up closer, we put them, you know, 200-yard max on a par 4, and you know, 80-yard max on a par 3, no more than 300 for a par 5. So they're also making some pars and birdies. So again, the nice thing about having your own league is you can set it up wherever you want to. You know, if it's an all-star competition, it's a little different. But being it's your own league, if you want to, you know, especially with us, we had some 7th and 8s that, you know, 9's probably a little too long for them to be out there anyway. So that's really our story and how we got started. We got our 3rd year coming up. I know we've lost quite a few 13s. I'm interested in seeing what happens if we get to 80 kids again. I'm not sure that we will, but again, I didn't know if I was going to get 40 in the first year, so we'll see what happens.